If you're a beginner that struggles with side control attacks, here's 3 easy things you can do. First thing we're going to start with is just holding our partner. Okay, so we're going to start in standard side control. I'm going to block my partner's hip. I put my knee next to my hand. I control Max's shoulder. My chest is on his chest. My left leg sprawled. Max has an underhook and an inside elbow. The first thing that I tell people, if I'm uncomfortable attacking from side control, the first thing we need to learn to do is hold side control. So what I like to do is take my left hand and scoop my partner's neck. I put my left fingertips underneath Max's armpit. I pull my left elbow tight, and now I roll my shoulder forward. I'm now going to take my right hand, and I'm going to pummel it underneath Max's arm, controlling the underhook, connecting my hands. From here, my left knee is going to open up Max's inside elbow. So what I'm going to do is take my left knee to my right, and I'm going to open to take Max's elbow away from his body. Now I'm going to pull my left elbow tighter to my hip and advance my knee up underneath Max's neck as tight as I can so that if he tries to pull his elbow down, it's difficult. If I'm out here like this, super easy. So I start by making this connection here, okay? When I get in this position, I have both elbows exposed. I have pretty good shoulder pressure, and I can really hold somebody well there. That's a nice way, again, if you don't know what to do, to just put a lot of pressure on somebody's chin, on somebody's neck, on him, and cook him a little bit. When you get guys tired, your offense becomes a lot easier. So I use this as a way to cook my opponent. I start by blocking the hip and hugging the shoulder. Again, my left hand comes underneath. I control fingertips in the armpit. I pull my left elbow to my hip. Now my right hand's going to pummel under. I connect my hands, and I'm going to take this inside knee, open, and pull tight. From here, now I can hold my partner, and we can start to work into some more attacks. But again, our first option is just holding, okay? Our second option is going to be holding with an attack. So sometimes when I start in this standard side and I make the cross face, before I can even look to bring my hand over, my partner takes his underhook out and starts framing across my neck. And now if I just take my hand and lock here, he can put some pressure on me, and Max can even start to hip away and regain his guard. So what I want to do when I take my right hand over is actually punch this underhook a little bit higher. Even if I'm not crashing the center to clear this frame, which we can get into later, I can still make this frame a bit weaker. And how I do that is by taking my right hand, and now I make a fist and I punch up. And now I connect my hands. The frame is still on, but his elbow's away from his body. I'm going to do the same and take Max's inside elbow away and connect. Now, from here, the attack we're going to look to do is an Americana. I'm going to use my chin to push on Max's wrist, and now my left hand's going to start to sneak over the top, control right at the meat of the hand. Now, as I pin his hand to the floor, my right hand's going to connect on my left wrist. And from here, I'm going to start to drag Max's elbow down towards his hips, and I raise up for an Americana. If Max starts to straighten his arm out, I can use this as a straight arm block the same way, again, keeping my hands connected. So again, I started by holding. We didn't know what to do from side control, so I connect one. As I come to make this underhook, look, he's already framing. I punch, 2. I'm going to connect, bring my knee, 1, and open to make sure I have full inside position. Now this hand's bothering me. I use my chin to push. Once my chin grabs on the pushes on the wrist, my left hand comes over, I connect, and I pin. Now my right hand's going to come to my left wrist. From here, it's an easy thing. I just drag Max's elbow down towards his hips. Max is much more flexible here than he will be when I bring his elbow down. So first the elbow goes down, now I raise it up. If he extends, I make the straight arm lock attack, okay? Our third attack from side control is attacking mount, advancing our position. So we have one option that controls. We have one option that submits, and our third option is going to be to advance. So I'm in the same position. Again, he's framing. My hands are connected. I've taken away Max's inside elbow. How do I advance from here? I keep everything tight. I'm going to take my right knee, and I'm going to place it on Max's chest here. I don't want to be so low on the belly. I'm going to go more to the chest. And now as I walk my right knee to the floor, I disconnect my hands. I start spider walking my right hand. Now my right knee is going to touch and my right foot flips out to then walk up into high mount. Okay, so I finish in a really strong mount position. So again, the position just looks like this. Starting from standard side, I connect one, connect two frames, inside elbow. Put my knee on the belly. Now look how I start to walk. Hand opens. It's this small spider walk. I'm still underneath his elbow. I'm going to drop my right knee on the floor, walk, 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 slide up high, sit my butt low. I'm underneath both his armpits. Max doesn't feel so great here. And now I can start attacking from mount in a great position. So these are going to be 3 different ways that we can use attacks from side control. Again, controlling, submitting, or advancing. If you want to see 3 ways I like to escape side control, you can click right here. If you want our full in-depth curriculum on everything we do from white belt to black belt in a concise format, you can go to coreprobjj.com right here.